Everyone, thanks for joining us again. We're doing part 2 of our Variant Manager introduction demo. And today we'll show off front end, how it works. Our last video was about the back end. So
yeah, the backend, if one of our visitors didn't see before, the Variant Manager, basically it's our sort of drop-in replacement for managing variants, of course, within Craft Commerce. And yeah, it's just an easier way, we feel, an easier way, a better approach for managing large catalogs with lots of variants and those combinations. So in the last video, we kind of just looked at how to set it up, the configuration of it, and what it does actually in the back end, and how it does, for importing and exporting using CSVs, which is something that business people use every day anyways. So that's why we decided to take that approach. Yeah, and today we're just kind of looking and show how, for the craft developers out there, now what do I got? What tools do I have to use this on the front end? Is it just a back end thing? No, it's more than that. That's not all. That we've also added these sort of ideas of how it can be used. We have some tags that come with the plugin as well that can be used to output the data as well. So you have some tools. That's what we're going to look at today.
cool. Even now you mentioned that, I know we already said we were going to show, maybe we'll show some of the tags specifically and like talk about the tags and how they print out things as well. So if you're watching, we're going to dive in. I'm going to share my screen. We'll just show you, we've got Spoken Chain site kind of hooked up with it. Cool. So yeah, real quick on the back end, just a reminder, we've got variants inside of here. These variants are populated with a variant attribute field in here that are managed. Watch the first video of like, how did we do that? Right. How do we get in there? So that's what we have. And then we kind of popped in, we have these in our docs. These are the current ones as we are currently filming this, recording this. Then we've got these docs right now. We've got the add to cart one, which is the one that we're using, which then you have to choose a selection to be able to then get an add to cart button to know what variant ID is being added to the cart, which purchasable, right? So that's what we're going to show you. And in the docs, then we've got this other one as a variant filter. So it's more of, if you wanted to see what variants, you want to reduce and kind of more browsing. So it's almost like product category hunting, but it's variant hunting. So you could list out. In this one, you don't have to, in that one, you don't have to select a variant from each kind of group. You can just narrow and list all the ones that are red, all the ones that are blue, all the ones that are, fuzzy, whatever it is. So anyways, we're just going to show you the add to cart one. This is what we have. So you'd expect there's nothing fancy whatsoever. We're not trying to reinvent the wheel. We're just trying to make the wheel buildable faster with Craft Commerce. So what we have it up here is we just have the query parameters that are populating this. Obviously, you could rework that and have it load no query parameter if you don't want it to have a predefined variant at some point. You could have it to where it's Alpine, Ajax, whatever kind of your JavaScript framework of choice is, so that you don't have page reloads. But just in our example here, that's what we're doing. But you could obviously do anything you want, all that. So anyways, we just got the parameters showing of what we've selected, and that, if anything, kind of just shows like, hey, we can pre-select things from here. So anyways, that's what we've got. We're going to make sure we're adding the right one. So add to cart. What did I add? I added one of these in here, in there. Yeah. Oh, here, let me go ahead and clear these out. There's this cart in here. I'm just going to go with cart for this. I'm just going to remove. Yeah. Yes. All right, cool. So now I've got red and I've got fast. Let's go over here. I've got red and fast. So it's just loading the right thing. So that's the main thing we're looking at. Now you can do things. This up again, your front end is ultimately all the things you want to do. Oh, let me just show you what this looks like. So we're adding to Spoken Chain. So we've kind of identified what we've added. So in here, we've added kind of these kind of variables, the things we're defining up front. From there, you can see there's specific tags that we have. So all you got to do is pop in the product ID, and then it'll start finding the variants at that point, and kind of start figuring that out from there. So yeah, this is us just pulling from the query parameters, right, at that point. And then if there's a selection that's already kind of made, then based on that, then we're just identifying it. So we pass that down so we can know which one. But that, if you go a different route, you could modify this if you're not putting the choices in the query parameter. You've got lots of things in here. The main one is there's that tag, and then there's this tag here. Actually, no, this is the field itself, right?
Correct. Yeah, that's the field where it is our field, but that's the one you need to call on.
Yeah. So that's for the variant manager field type that gets shown. That gets passed down. We're now displaying it down here. All those variables are set, and we've got here. So we're just looping through and passing all the options to display here. at that point. And then the JavaScript that we have in here is just really simple to make it listen to and reload the page in this version for the selection that's made whenever there's a change type of thing. So that's what we got is really simple. That recipe exists in the documentation. Obviously you can take it and run with it as you need to. You can, start to figure out then if you have options are not available. So I don't have a full version of that working, but if we were to come in and say, for example, hey, this isn't read and fast, it's read and fastest, So now you can see instantly, in that case, we no longer have, here, let me change the title of this too. Here it is, yeah. So it's visible. So you can see now we don't have a read and fast. So if we come out to the front end.
We do have a read and fast. We don't have a blue and fastest. So yeah, in this case, we have a red and a fastest, but we don't have a blue and a fastest. So that's
correct.
Not the one.
Got it. Yep.
That's variance for you.
That's variance. That's right. So we need somebody to manage them. Okay. So yeah. So if you do that, I think we just had in our, maybe I got rid of it.
Go to change the color to blue and fastest.
Oh, there it is. Yeah. So we're just marking it unavailable. Obviously you can do that and employ it to where you can set it up where you don't have somebody select it. You could disable an option. That's something you could choose on your own for your site. But anyways, there's enough to get you started, right? So not only are we giving you the back end kind of stuff, but we're giving you the some front end things to kind of help you get started. Is it helpful if we show like what this produces, like what that is? Just the raw. Let me just print this out.
Yeah, dump it out. Yeah, just an array of the.
So it's grouping them. So it's finding the different groups there. Cool. So it's grouping them by the two options here, groups. Cool. So you can take with that, you can do whatever you want with it, and have fun. So hopefully that makes your life easier whenever you're building out front end. Sometimes these things can be the trickiest, but that's what we're hoping Variant Manager is, just take some of the tricky out of things that just should be normal and commonplace. And yeah, anything else we should add?
Oh, I don't think so. Just go and have fun with it.
Yeah.
Try and break it for us, and we'll be there to pick up the pieces.
Yeah.
And see if something's wrong.
Yeah. Everyone, thanks for watching. As Michael said, let us know if you use Variant Manager, and we'd love to hear how it's going.